And good evening and welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. My guest this evening is Jim Crawford, who is with the Old Saybrook Westbrook Exchange Club. Mr. Crawford, welcome. How are you there, buddy?
I'm doing fine, Pete.
Good to see you.
See you too.
Well, good to see you. So, Jim, tell us a little bit about the Old Saybrook Westbrook Exchange Club and exactly what you guys do.
Sure. Well, the club has been around for over 50 years.
Okay.
And its primary mission is to help with the prevention of child abuse. And we have a whole wide variety of programs that we help to sponsor. We help both Youth and Family Services in Westbrook and Old Saybrook. We give out scholarships to high school graduating seniors in Old Saybrook High School and Westbrook High School. And we support various other activities around the towns actually, that we serve. And one of the showcase things that the club does is the flag program on Main Street in Old Saybrook.
Absolutely.
A lot of people think that's a town-generated project, but it's sponsored by the Old Saybrook Westbrook Exchange, and we install those flags, we maintain those flags. We have created a flag fund that people donate to, and there's generous support from the town to help keep that attractive display up throughout the summer.
Cool.
Yeah.
And when do the flags come down?
Flags come down after Labor Day. They go up back again traditionally Columbus Day weekend, and then try to get them up for Veterans Day, weather permitting.
Right.
Yeah. So we have a big thing coming up.
What do we got?
Well, our major fundraiser is in its 10th annual iteration. We're having a 5K road race beginning at Saybrook Point on August 24th.
Yep.
We co-sponsor it with the Old Saybrook Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely.
And it's been a terrific marriage of the two groups to come together to put the race on. We have upwards of 350 to 400 runners the last couple of years.
Wow.
It's a beautiful place.
It is.
For the run. It starts down near Saybrook Fort Memorial Park, the Monument Park. Sure. And then they run back up College Street and in around North Cove. And it's a very scenic route people seem to really enjoy. So it's run at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And it's a nice time of the day to run, especially in late August when it can be pretty warm.
Exactly.
We've had pretty good cooperation from weather over the years. We only had a hurricane once and had to postpone, but generally it's been a beautiful day. And as I said, this is our 10th annual. It is a scholarship race, and it helps to fund both scholarships for the Exchange Club to the two high schools, and it also helps the Chamber of Commerce with the Wilfred Hunter scholarship that they give out to an Old Saybrook High School student. Our scholarship program is one we're very proud of. It's a little bit different than most. The acronym is the ACE Award. And for us, it's the Al Winkler Memorial ACE Award. Al was a longtime member of the Old Saybrook Westbrook Exchange, and big supporter of youth programs. He was Dartmouth alumni member, and Al would bring the Dartmouth Book Award to both high schools every spring to be presented to a student. So ACE stands for Accepting the Challenge of Excellence. And it is awarded to a student selected by the faculty and staff who has overcome a significant obstacle to graduate on time with their peers. It could be a physical handicap, it could be an emotional situation, it could be any type of obstacle, a traumatic episode. We've run the gamut with recipients who have experienced the loss of a parent, the disabling of a parent, personal injury to themselves, overcoming a traumatic experience where they personally witnessed a situation that had a profound impact on them at a very critical time in their development. So what we do is charged the counselors and faculties at the 2 high schools to present for us someone that they believe has done remarkable things despite these challenges. We had a young woman last year who was born with severe heart problems, has survived several surgeries, and become an all-state athlete. So
Cool.
that's just one example. There are others who have come to our communities with little or no English, who have, through perseverance and determination, have graduated with their classes on time and have excelled to the point where they're off to post-secondary education, a community college, or a 4-year. So the ACE Award is something that you don't see in most schools. Usually the scholarships go to those students with either the highest academic ratings or the students who have excelled in a particular field that is more widely recognized. So what we wanted to do was be a little different, and these are kids that very often wouldn't receive any recognition in a graduation ceremony.
Wow.
So each one gets $1,500, and we present the check directly to them so that they have the funds to use at their discretion, and it's not presented to the school where the school would deduct that from whatever they were going to give for financial aid. So this road race on Saturday the 24th of August is specifically earmarked to fund those 3 scholarships, the two ACE Awards and the Hunter Scholarship given out by the Chamber.
Very nice.
Yeah. So a lot of people have registered online. You can register by going to the old Saybrook Chamber of Commerce website.
Right.
And if you register before Friday, this coming Friday, the 16th, you can get the pre-registration at $20. If it's after Friday, it's $25 up through to the actual race day itself.
Nice.
Yeah, and we offer a special $15 entry fee for school teams. So
All right.
students from Old Saybrook, Westbrook, and Valley Regional have run the last several years. They tend to be the sports teams that are about to
Fall
embark
sports.
on their season. Yeah.
All sports.
So we get field hockey and soccer and
Football.
we haven't had football,
Okay.
but we get field hockey, soccer, and some track.
Okay.
But if you are affiliated with one of those sports teams, even if your full team isn't participating, you can still qualify for the $15 admission. Yeah.
Very nice.
So that works out nicely. We want to encourage kids to be part of that, and it's an important element that we think generates enthusiasm. And we get, about 50 kids
Wow.
who run.
Very nice.
And there are awards for first, second, and third place finishers in all age categories.
Okay.
I've had a gentleman who will be 93 this year, who's run, I would say, 4 or 5 of the last races. He comes every year, and he gets his trophy for being over 90. And we've pretty much got all the age categories filled, all the way up through that
Wow.
that figure.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it's a nice, family-oriented, fun run, but it's also competitive. There's plenty of competition, and we get nice community support from sponsors.
Yeah, let's talk about sponsors. Who
Yeah,
we got?
we get in-kind sponsorships from Cohen's Bagel. They provide us with the bagels for after the race.
I think I've picked bagels up with you.
You have in the past picked them up,
gonna
and I
say.
think you're probably on tap to do that again.
I think so.
Yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Uh-huh.
That's right, yeah. So we have those. We have fruit provided by Stop and Shop,
Absolutely.
water for the water stops, and it's been a tremendous, tremendously gratifying response from the community. I don't want to leave out any sponsors, so I won't
of
name
course
them,
not.
but sponsors have been solicited, and each of the first 200 runners receive a T-shirt that has the logo for the Saybrook Point 5K on the front,
and then
it has the sponsors on the back. And
matter of fact, I wore my T-shirt the other day.
There you go. And those are a way to do two things. One, to show our thanks to the sponsors.
Absolutely.
Two, to give them recognition.
Absolutely.
And it's also a nice T-shirt for somebody to get.
It is.
Yeah. Those are graciously donated by a man you know.
Who would that be?
Your sponsor for the items that you use.
Yes.
And I've forgotten his name, so tell me.
Cosmo.
There you go. How could I forget that?
For all promos up in
There you
Saybrook.
go. There you go. Well, Cosmo very graciously donates those shirts every year, and it's a terrific gift because it's it costs us nothing, but it's a way to help generate enthusiasm for the program.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, how did the idea of the road race come about?
It's 10 years ago.
All right.
One of our former members had been a member up in Durham Middlefield Exchange Club.
Sure.
And he shared the idea with us, and not only the idea, but his expertise. And as a result of that, the race was inaugurated, and it's grown since then. We've had it that each year it's the fourth Saturday in August.
Yeah.
Happens to also fall on the same day as the Westbrook Muster.
Yes.
And the two events don't conflict. And interestingly enough, both the Muster and the road race attract a lot of folks from outside the area. The interest is growing each year. We found, as you helped out with the parking, we find that our biggest challenge now is being able to find parking spots for folks.
Right.
We encourage whatever carpooling can be done. There is parking in the lot formerly occupied by Dock and Dine, down along the river. And but if we get 400 runners and there are 400 cars, we got a problem.
Yeah.
And we're at a tipping point, I think, where we'll investigate each year whether or not it's time for us to run a shuttle and maybe have cars parked up closer to the center of Old Saybrook, then run a bus shuttle down for folks to run in the race, so that there isn't a huge traffic tie-up down there. But the registration lines are open at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So you need to get there early and make sure that you get yourself a parking spot.
Absolutely.
And the race starts promptly at 8:30.
Nice.
And there are always a few folks who tag along at the end who just about make it under the wire. But if you're coming to register that day, be sure to be there early. Before 8 o'clock.
Get there early.
Yeah.
Jim, would you mind sticking around for another second?
Love to.
We'll be right back.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. Sitting here with Jim Crawford from the Old Saybrook Westbrook Exchange Club. Sir, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jim, we were talking about the road race in the first segment. We're going to talk about it again in this segment, but let's talk about the pre-registration pack that you guys have.
Sure. The folks who have either registered online or have sent registration forms to our P.O. box, which is Box 400, Old Saybrook 06475. Those folks that are pre-registered, a packet, a bag, a goodie bag has been put together for them through the auspices of Essex Savings Bank. So they
Absolutely.
got a nice cloth bag for us, and no more plastic, right?
No,
nice
definitely.
cloth bag.
No.
Nice
No
cloth
pla-
bag, and the T-shirt will be in there. You get your
bib.
your badge
'Kay.
and your bib, right?
Yeah.
And that badge is the timing element.
Your timing
has
chip.
a chip in there,
Your
right?
timing chip. Yep.
Yep. And those timing chips are used for the timers
Yep.
as they come through the
As
finish
you come
line.
through the
So
chute.
each person can get their own personal time.
Right.
They can, because a lot of these runners compete in multiple races.
Right, it's a
They do
competitive
this all
race.
summer, and it's almost like a golf handicap. When you get enough races under your belt and you have times that you can report,
Right.
then there are categories that you can be eligible for, and races that you might not necessarily get invited to unless you had demonstrated that you
Right.
have,
You have to qualify.
you have the ability to meet a certain time. So those are valuable. That's a tremendous service that's provided to us, really at a very reasonable rate, and so all that stuff is in the packet, and it's very simple. Then you just present yourself
Right.
on the day of the race. There'll be a table set aside for those who have pre-registered,
Right.
and there'll be another table where
For
those who
same
want
day
to
reg.
register can register that morning.
Absolutely.
They will receive a T-shirt if they are within the first 200. If they're not within the first 200,
Here.
then we can't provide them with that, but everything else that's in the bag,
Right.
they'll receive. And that allows them to participate as a fully vested person in the 5K, even though they haven't registered ahead of time.
Right.
A lot of people like to wait to see what the weather's going to be, and I
Absolutely.
don't blame them.
No.
And the weather's been so great for so long. I hope it holds out for
Absolutely.
another
Yeah.
couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
And, a week from Saturday is as nice as it's been. Like today was a perfect day,
It was.
and you get a little bit of that cool morning air, and run at 8:30. It's a lot easier than what we were experiencing back in July.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that would not have been.
it's a great
fun.
cause. We're happy to do it. Everyone obviously is a volunteer, so
Mm-hmm.
there are no hidden costs here.
No
that,
hidden fees.
anybody's making any money off of. It all goes directly to the two scholarship funds. And while the Chamber of Commerce has more resources than we do as an exchange club, they very graciously split the profits with us 50-50. So that's a wonderful gift on their behalf too, to
It
a
is.
service club.
It is.
Yeah, it's very helpful to us.
It
We are a small club, but we probably have 10 very active members all through the
Okay.
calendar year.
Right.
But then when we need extra help, we've got people who are
All hands on deck.
yeah, all hands on deck. They are there to help us. A lot of them are past members who are, for a variety of reasons, involved in other things and can't make meetings on a regular basis, but they know the pace and the calendar of
Right.
the Exchange Club, and they come out and help us at wine tastings and road races, and we see them at a holiday party in December. So we're very grateful to everybody who volunteers.
Now, how often do you guys meet?
We meet twice a month. That's January through December. Well, we normally take August off, except for one meeting
Right.
where we do whatever planning is necessary that's left for the
race.
For the race, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And where do we meet?
We meet at Luigi's, and it's the
Upstairs.
the first and third Wednesday of each month.
Okay.
5:30 in the lounge, and then
Yeah.
we eat dinner upstairs at 6. We're always looking for new members. We're very eager to expand our membership. A lot of the things we do now, we do because we've become so accustomed to them that we've got it down to pretty much a science. But there are other things we'd love to do if we had more resources to make it happen. There are plenty of needs in both of these communities that that we could help address with a little more man and woman power.
Now, you guys just reach Old Saybrook in Westbrook, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do. We do welcome members from other towns.
Okay.
You don't have to be an Old Saybrook or a Westbrook resident.
Right.
We do more activities in Old Saybrook
Right.
than we do in Westbrook because most of our membership is from Old Saybrook.
In Old Saybrook,
A lot of the programs are traditional in Old Saybrook, but we've done many things in Westbrook over the years. That we were the group that initially sponsored the playground by the firehouse.
Really?
Many
didn't know
years
that.
ago. That's the second rendering of the place has just been
I didn't know
reopened about a year ago.
Wow.
We put in the initial 3,000 or 4,000, and then the foundation came in, and Westbrook Foundation came in and completed the project. But it was the Old Saybrook Westbrook Exchange Club that made that happen. We also were a party to an initial gym at the town beach over at West Beach in Westbrook. So
Really?
over the years we've done things. We've supported Eagle Scout projects. So we're out there, and we're, as I said, we're always eager to get folks who can help. And you know, there's no need to commit to doing 2 meetings a month.
Right.
If you can only make one, or you're like me, there's part of the winter that you go south, that's perfectly fine. Whatever people can volunteer, we're more than happy to have them on board.
Now, last time you and I were together doing the show,
Yep.
it was talking about a wine tasting that you guys had coming up.
Yep.
Obviously,
We had that in June.
How'd they go? How'd it do?
We had it at the Elks Club in June, and we get tremendous support from both the Elks and the wonderful folks at Cordial Shop.
Oh, absolutely.
Nick and Chris and her whole family are
Oh,
just.
yeah.
Maria is the one who spearheaded this one, and the last couple actually, and they're just wonderful partners, and they provide all the product. They get the vendors there. They do all the legwork, and we split the proceeds from that with Old Saybrook and Westbrook Youth and Family Services. So,
Wow.
and we give that money with no strings. So we try to make sure that we give the money in a timely way, meaning early to mid-fall, so that if they feel like they'd like to put that toward holiday gift giving for
Right.
people who may not necessarily be able to provide their kids with the kind of Christmas they'd like, or holiday season that they'd like. So we give the checks out to them sometime early to mid-fall.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Very
a nice
cool.
it's a nice event. I think we're going to shake it up a little bit next year. This was our 25th
Oh
wine
my God.
tasting. Yeah, 25 years we've been doing this, and we're gonna tilt it a little more toward craft beers, I think.
Okay.
And Connecticut craft beers and Connecticut wines. So it'll be a little different twist than what we've had in the past.
Same venue?
Oh yeah, we'll stay with the Elks. They've been just super to us. So we might change the timing a little bit. It'll still be in the spring, but
Okay.
traditionally we've had it in May to early June.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I
And that
was
works.
actually there for
Yeah,
this year's.
yeah,
event.
that works.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it's very nice. The food is terrific.
It was.
We have great silent auction items.
Mm-hmm.
We have a terrific musician come every year.
I was gonna say we got to mention the guy
Yeah,
who's on
he's
keyboard.
wonderful.
Whose name is
Joe
escaping me.
Greco.
That's what his name is.
He's been around for a long, long time on the Connecticut music scene.
Yeah.
And if I don't call Joe by the end of the summer for next year, he'll be booked for any May or June date, because in between weddings and birthdays.
I was gonna say he books that far in
Yeah,
advance.
he's got a repertoire of songs from whenever, the 50s.
Yeah.
He goes back to the 50s.
He does.
And
He
all the way to contemporary stuff.
I
He's
actually
terrific.
enjoyed listening to him at the wine tasting this
Yeah,
year. That
yeah,
was a good time.
He's terrific. He's very good. So it's a nice it's a nice, lively night. I mean, it's a beautiful venue.
It is.
Overlooking the water, and it's one of the things we're very proud of. As I said, 25 years we've been doing that. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit more time left, so road race again.
yeah, let's go
When?
back over it one more time.
When?
It's by Friday, the 16th.
Yep.
If you pre-register, you can hold it to $20. After that, it'd be $25, including race day, which is August 24th,
Yep.
Saturday. Pre-registration or registration is 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
We're over at Saybrook Point, next to the Saybrook Fort Monument. And again, it's a 5K race. If you're a student and you're on a team, $15, and we'll even honor that the morning of the race. So parking is limited. Get there early. You can park in the area that was formerly Dock and Dine.
I have a feeling if you're looking for parking on the day of the race, you might see me standing out there
That's
pointing
right.
at people on the way.
That's right. There might be a Pete Mezzetti out there with a yellow vest on directing people.
There might be a
Great
sighting.
possibility. Yes, absolutely.
That probably could happen too.
That definitely could happen. After the bagels are delivered.
Yes, that's right. That's right. After you and I go to Cohen.
After we get the bagels.
After we go to Cohen's, you're going to
Yep.
stick me in the field somewhere
You got
and say
it.
go.
You got it.
So if people want more information, where are they going?
They go to the old Saybrook Chamber of Commerce website.
Okay.
It's all laid out right there. Saybrook Point 5K. That's all you got to type in.
That's it.
Saybrook Point 5K, Old Saybrook Chamber. You're there.
And all the information is there.
All the information's there and everything. And don't forget, if you have
What?
already pre-registered,
Yep.
Sound Runner, Main Street, Old Saybrook, on Friday the 23rd, between 3 and 6, you can pick up your packet.
Cool. Jim Crawford from the Old Saybrook Westbrook Exchange Club. We'll see you soon.
You will.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Pete.
No
Appreciate
problem.
it.
Not a problem. Thanks, Jim. On behalf of Jim Crawford, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks. Good night, and we'll see you next time.